Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick not here, but we do have Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, and even Captain Rusty rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. I'm a little bit under the weather this week. I probably sound a little bit more raspy, as Barry would like to say, sexy.
No, I wouldn't.
I got my sexy back here because my voice is a little raspy, but let me explain what happened. You ready for this, Barry? This is going out to you.
Oh.
I got COVID again. I can't believe that I got COVID again. I just wanted to go dive in with all my friends, and then I got friggin' COVID again. All right, sing along. COVID again. I've been vaxxed and wore masks the right way. COVID again. I thought I was done with this crap already, but it then came back and bit me in the ass. COVID again. All right, that's enough of that. All right. So there you go. Yeah, I got COVID again.
Greg on a stick
like
is
it's
so
second
healthy.
time.
Yeah.
What kind
It
of
looks
crap
like it
is
messed with
that?
his eyes.
What's
Yeah.
it? Yes. Well,
It
you
meant-
can see that in
yeah.
YouTube Live
Yeah.
and Facebook and Twitch, and we apologize in advance for that. But yeah, I got COVID second time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That
With
sucks.
all the running around and you've done, you've been pretty lucky though.
What do you mean? I've
Well,
been
you-
vaxxed.
you've-
I
you've-
wore masks. I've done
wait,
everything
wait.
they said, and I still got it a second time.
Vaccinations don't mean you can't get sick. It just means you don't end up in a hospital.
Well, like they
So,
know.
look-
Here's the reality. I mean, the first time I had it, I was sick for 2-3 days. Probably a little bit more severe than I am this time, but it was not a big deal then, and it doesn't
Okay.
seem. It seems maybe a little bit less now, but not that much different. I mean, I'm dealing with a cold, more
Okay.
or less, and I just happened to test, and it came back positive. I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me.
Oh,
So-
you went on cruises. You went on.
No,
you
no.
went to
Look,
shows,
the
you went to
incubation is usually, they say, 3 to 5 days.
Right.
I know where I was last week. I did hit a group of people. Maybe I picked, but who knows? You could have got it at the grocery store. You could have got it whatever. It doesn't matter. The fact
Right.
is, it's out there. You could get it.
and you
Uh,
got to live with it.
You got to live with it. We all have to live with it.
Right.
I mean, that's the reality. I mean, it's not going to stop me doing what we do, which is, do this goofy little radio show every week. So I'm here. I'm a little raspy.
Or
and,
singing.
I'm a little loopy on NyQuil, which, by the way, there's 10% alcohol in that stuff. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
You gotta use that in moderation, man.
NyQuil
Right.
cough suppressant works.
Well,
great
that's
for
what
COVID.
inspired the song, probably, is my guess.
Oh.
And that's my excuse. You like that though, didn't you, Barry? I
Yeah,
dedicated
that was pretty good.
Did
Yeah.
you really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The,
See.
the only thing I would say is if you're going to ask us to sing along, you need to send us the lyrics.
Oh well, I
That's
just
right.
thought you'd pick it up. So there it is. All right.
We're not good with pop quizzes.
Well, it is what it is, and so I'm a little under the weather. I mean, unfortunately, this is something you got to deal with and take whatever proper precautions you are. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't really stop you if you don't want it to. It's really kind of up to you.
Mhm.
You just want to take whatever precautions if you're immune deficient, which honestly I do fall in that category. Barry knows this. And just because of some heart surgery I had about 6 years ago. So, whether
He has
that's
a monkey heart inside him.
yeah, whether that's what made me more, susceptible to getting this crap a second time, I don't know. But I'm here to tell you, it's not really that big a deal. It's not really going to stop things. And God forbid, don't shut stuff down. We don't need to go through that crap again because it made no difference at all.
Did they put a padlock
Yep.
on the door to the studio there so you can't get out?
No, they haven't locked. We're not in China, Barry.
Okay.
So we're good here at World
You
of
don't see
Boating
any
headquarters.
drones flying by your house
No,
telling you to
no,
stay
no.
inside?
No,
All right.
no.
Yeah.
It's just I've self-isolated a little bit from the family. I mean, the good news is the rest of the family didn't get it. So go
You know,
figure.
that's
It's weird.
same
isn't
thing
it?
happened with, yeah, my dad got it, and nobody else in the house got it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that is. That's
it
great.
was weird.
It's weird.
Um,
It kind of makes me think that, I'm going to take it like I'm special.
Oh, yeah. You're special.
As opposed to deficient in some kind of, thing. Yeah, I don't know. My wife thinks there's a blood type issue. It's probably just because, it probably attaches to people that are super manly, very handsome, well built,
Yeah, that's
super
how that
intelligent.
virus works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm starting to feel sick.
See, Rusty will back
me
me up.
too.
There you go. So that's my delusional, impressions on all this stuff. But but the overall thing you want to keep in mind is that if you get hit with this, it's not the end of the world. I mean, look, I'm going to deal with it the second time after being vaccinated, separating from everybody, all the lockdown, all this stuff, and I still got it. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, but I'll tell you the bright side to this is that, well, I'm going to be injected with another super dose of antibodies now. So I'll be able to weather the storm here for the next 6 months probably pretty well. Barry?
The bright side is you don't have to go to an Easter egg hunt tomorrow. You have an excuse to stay inside all day.
Well, that's true, but I kind of like chocolate. So I don't know. I'm going to have to send some people out there to scout for me, So I don't know. There's the downside to that too. But yeah, it is what it is. And, hopefully you're doing well this holiday weekend, this Easter weekend, getting out on your boat, participating accordingly, and making the best of it. So we're going to navigate the latest boating news and information that we have, even though I'm slightly, I kind of have one tonsil tied behind my back. How about that? Something like that. We'll go with that. Rusty has not been with us for a while, but he is stepping in today, and we appreciate it. And just got
Absolutely.
back from taking your boat out for was this the first time of the season for you?
I can't even remember the last time that it went out. Maybe last November or something. It's been a
Really?
long time.
Why? Why has it been so long? You have no excuse. You live in Florida.
You would think. I've been to a lot of boat shows, and
Yeah.
I've traveled a lot, and so I think that was mostly it. Waiting for the perfect day. I've turned into that person that's going, "Oh, the wind's too strong," or "It's a little cloudy."
jaded.
It's got to be perfect.
Mhm.
I did send you a picture. I don't know if you had a chance to see it.
I'll take a look. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you should. I'm telling you, you should take a look. And
So Rusty, when you go out on the boat, is it like right in your backyard,
now.
or do you have to go very far?
Wow. Rusty
I
knows
didn't
I
get
did
that
not see
picture.
the picture before the show because he texted it to me, and he knows I would have reacted like I just did. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you for brightening my day.
you're welcome.
And that was obviously a shot from the stern, or shot of the stern.
Yes.
Of oh, golly.
So I'm going to tell you this story, and,
Yeah.
and you're going to find this odd, but it's absolutely true. So Crystal, which you know is my wife for a long time, or girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. We've been together for like 38 years. But
Okay.
she doesn't like to ride on the boat. She likes to just go to the sandbar. So the sandbar needs to be right around the corner. And she doesn't like traveling on the boat. right?
Yeah.
Just annoys her. So
Okay.
as long as we're sitting in the sandbar drinking, she's fine.
Mhm.
So this year I told her, I said, look, you don't like to ride on the boat, and I really like to ride on the boat. Can I find a friend that will go out on the boat with me? She goes, I don't care. So I found a friend who
You
likes
did.
to ride on the boat, and that's what I did. So we had a good time. It was a good trip.
Yeah, evidently. Wow.
Got there for a ride on the boat, and it was nice. The boat ran absolutely perfectly. I'd put over the season. I'd put new stereo in it. I'd changed the line to all chain for the anchor.
Yeah.
And
But your better half
and-
is not talking to you at this moment, right?
no, actually, she's fine.
Oh, she was.
wrote her name.
You
name
didn't
on
show her the
Yeti and
picture
said-
then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she won't care.
She won't. God
I'm
bless her.
harmless. Yeah, I know. Honestly, you're going to. I'm a little offended that nobody's like, or that she's not more concerned about me. So she's just not.
She's like, she's
I feel
way
like-
out of his league. There's no way in hell there's anything going on there. But yeah, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
some serious boat fluff going on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun. I had a good time, and the boat's going to have a good year, and evidently I'll do more boating this year. Since I have a boating buddy now. So,
well, hey, that's about the best inspiration I've ever seen. I'll admit.
Wow. Everybody needs a new accessory for their boat.
Yes. Right. And I got to say, I can't share that on Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch because we'll be banned instantly. But, it's a very good stern shot. Let's put it in boating terms and set it up that way and leave the rest for your imagination. For now, we got more coming up on the world of boating this Easter Day or Easter weekend edition. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Even Keatley wasn't ready for me, or anything that followed. Chased by a police department, led by his ex-girlfriend, and hunted by brain fork-wielding Fijian assassins, it's everything he can do to keep from getting locked up, killed, or worse. Kava Screw is available as an ebook for $2.99 at Amazon.com. Kava Screw. Put a brain fork in him. He's done.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Pirate!
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor at the light in the morning? Way in, she raises way in, she raises way in, she raises at the light in the morning.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, Captain Rusty rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information on this Easter weekend. All right, so Rusty just took his boat out there with some new boat fluff. And I guess that was all the inspiration you needed. Were you out there on the water and you're like, gosh, why did I wait so long?
You forget how nice it is to be on the water, or at least, because being in the industry now where, it's still relatively new for me, I guess about 7 or 8 years now. Before that time, taking the boat out was just amazing, every time you went out. And now when you're around it every day, day in and day out, and dealing with problems and stuff like that, you forget about the joy of actually boating. And so it was really nice. And the break, I think, did me good to get back out on the water and really understand what the pleasure and joy boating can bring to your life.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you kind of get caught up in everyday life. And when you make your profession what your passion is, sometimes that kind of overshadows the fun aspects of why you got into it in the first place. So you kind of need to, recenter. So it sounds like that's what you did, and you just used your boat fluff as extra inspiration to make you go out more often.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's-
So it was nice.
Barry, what say you?
I think that's true to a point. When we first got into diving, we were diving all the time, whether it was freezing or windy and wavy or anything like that. But as you get into it, you start to pick and choose. Do I really want to go out when it's that cold or when it's really nasty out? And that's why I was asking Rusty, is his boat convenient to use? Is it in his backyard, or is it something he has to drive 20 or 30 miles to launch every time?
So I actually keep it on a trailer in a storage area. It's covered area with concrete pad, water and electricity. So it's really nice. But to answer your question, it takes me about 8 or 9 minutes to get to the ramp, and take it to the ramp.
So you have no excuse whatsoever.
I don't.
Right.
And we, Jacksonville Marine is at a marina, have a great relationship with those people. We don't own the marina. We just own the dealership side of it. So if I'm going out and I don't want to bring it back that day, I can always dock it at the marina. We have covered slips there as well. So a lot of times during the summer, I'll keep it there for a few days. So there is not an excuse. Yeah.
Barry?
Do you ever feel a little strange leaving your boat in a marina, like it's your child and you're leaving it out, that something could happen to it overnight?
Absolutely. I
at
will
one
wake
time,
up and wonder, what if the bilge pump doesn't come on?
We have a friend of ours named Walt who has a beautiful house on a canal. And a couple of times he's offered that I could leave my boat there for, a couple of weeks at a time. And I say that's a great offer, but I always feel a little strange that if I come back, I may find, parts of the boat missing, not because of him, but because it's on the water and it happens down here in Miami.
Well, Barry, Walt, chances are you're going to find additional things in your boat, like maybe a pastel version of Captain Rusty's boat fluff.
That's true. That could be.
That just goes along with the friends that we hang with. But that's a whole different issue. But
Right.
I think it would be pretty safe there at his marina. They don't have
at his marina, yeah.
I mean at Walt's place too. You think you're just worried that there's nothing they can take off your vessel, is there?
They could take the engine, they could take the electronics. That's about it. I mean, it's a small boat and everything like that, but you hear the horror stories every now and then, especially down in Miami, where there are people that come along and just take the boat out of your front yard. Luckily, mine's in the garage, so that would be a little more difficult.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's my baby. I want to take care of it.
Understood.
And protect it.
Okay. Well, but you're glad you got out on the water, so now it's going to be like an every weekend kind of thing, you think, Rusty, or it just depends on the work?
I still have I don't have time to do that. Next weekend, as we were talking earlier, I'm going to Grenada.
Nice.
For about 9 days. Then I'll be back. And I'll have to run and pick up a few boats in Sarasota. I'm going to go to Key West. So it's just not – I do a lot of things besides boating, I guess.
Well, of course. When you go to Grenada, are you doing some boating? You going to rent a boat and maybe go out and do some stuff? Or do you
I'll do the tourist sunset cruise.
Okay, that counts.
They'll give me some rum punch, Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Grenada. Let's see. Grenada is the Spice Island, I believe.
It is.
Yeah. So
Island of the Spices.
Yeah,
yes.
You can go up there and get some nutmeg, and make up your rum and coke, or rum punch.
Good.
Yeah, they sprinkle nutmeg on the top of it to make it a little extra special, and then you got the cocoa and all that stuff. Grenada is an awesome island, and there's great winds around there too. For sailing, if you wanted to rent a cat or something like that and sail around.
I don't think he
island.
wants to work. I think he wants to be catered to.
Well, getting one with a captain, let them do all the work, and you just do all the fun part. You can be the boat fluff on your vacation.
Now, if you'll remember last time, I went to St. Lucia, and I'd never sailed before in my life. I didn't know anything about it, and they have those little catamarans like you're talking about.
Yeah.
And the guy gives you a lesson. I go, we'll teach you. And this consists of about 30 seconds of going, oh, yeah, just flip it over when the wind turns,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going fine, going straight. I'm doing fine. It's going, this is great. And then I decide to turn. And whatever I did, it wasn't right. So I turn, and then the boat just stops. And then the wind comes sideways. It starts to jump. I get scared. I bail. I jump off the boat. And then I notice it didn't fall over. So then I have to climb back on. scared me pretty bad, but
Yeah.
I kept trying. I'm
Sailing's
still good at it.
awesome. It's pretty easy to get going on a sailboat and get into like another point in the water, over by an island, and then but when you have to get back and the wind's blowing the opposite way, you're like, wait a minute. I had no problem getting here.
Rusty
but
did his best impression of Captain Ron moving back.
There you go. Exactly.
Approached the dock at about 10 knots.
Yeah. So I don't know. Get rent a catamaran or something, and just get one with that is crewed, and just say, you might want to take the helm, for a brief few minutes.
Yeah,
and then,
just for a picture.
Exactly.
That's
right.
What I need.
Just to say that
there we go.
You did it, and then hand off all the duties to them. Yeah. but yeah, beautiful place to go. So you're just going to go there to unwind for a week or so.
Yeah,
huh?
absolutely. We try. What we've been doing the last couple of years is we try to pick a different Caribbean island, and every spring go to a different one. So
nice.
St. Lucia, the Grenada next year. Doing Jamaica. Not really looking forward to that one.
It's good to be Captain Rusty. It sounds like business is good.
Business has been amazing. Yeah,
ownership of a boat dealership in Jacksonville and Orlando and Daytona
there's no
or wherever.
question.
Yeah. So there you go. So you're feeling pretty good about the economy in general, then I assume too, if you're going on out on these big vacations and things, right?
So, yeah. Well, here's what I see changing. People who, and this is just the truth, right? People who have money will always have money. So what the higher end items, like we sold at Orlando, we're selling boats a lot of times at full MSRP.
Yeah.
Not really discounting. They're buying the boats, and profit margin is huge. However, the other aspect is people who don't have a lot of money aren't buying boats now.
Which means that's me, Barry, and I don't know, Mike has money maybe, but he might be in that category too. More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Imagine traveling twice as fast as you can drive. Imagine taking friends and family snorkeling, surfing, skiing, shopping, and more to exotic destinations. Imagine attending business meetings in cities far away and still making it home at night. Or just imagine exploring the wild blue yonder. Quit dreaming about it and get to it. There has never been a better time to become a private pilot, and Flight Training Professionals in Orlando will show you how. Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is your full-service flight school. A state-of-the-art flight simulator, a fleet of the latest Cessna aircraft, and a staff of full-time seasoned flight instructors are just a few of the many reasons Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is the place to start your aviation adventure. Call 407-896-0077. That's 407-896-0077. Or go to ftpros.com. That's ftpros.com.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the Boater. Mike the Mariner. Captain Rusty rounding out the crew today. All right, so, and Rusty has been saying that I don't know, are you alluding to maybe a storm on the horizon when it comes to boat sales? I mean, being that you own a boat dealership, the people with money have money, they're spending it, making products very scarce right now for companies like yourself. You can't keep up with the demand. But
They are. Now, the demand on pontoons are coming back pretty well. We haven't had much trouble with that. They're starting to show up. Some of the others are, I think like our Cobalts, those are doing okay.
Yeah.
Chris Craft's still way behind, but I can see it starting to change. And I really think, and I know y'all talked a lot about this on the show before, I really think in the next year or so, you're going to see it completely flip, right? You're going to have people who paid too much for their boats. They can't get out of them.
Yeah.
You're going to have more supply that's going to be in the field, and it's going to go back now where you're going to get deals and people, boat dealerships are going to get overloaded with boats and going to have more inventory than they need because they'll ramp up and, try to meet the demand. And so it's going to swing. My prediction, it'll swing all the way back the opposite side, and then it'll settle in the middle.
Interesting.
2 years after that.
So you're thinking a year from now, so next Easter weekend, you think we're going to be upside down to where we are with demand and not being able to keep up with purchase orders and things? You think it's going to be exactly opposite about a year from now? That's your prediction.
I think it'll start swinging that way. I still think we still have another year, but I think it'll start swinging that way.
Mike the Mariner, what say you? What do you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree. There's a couple of things. I think the used boat market is going to, where before you couldn't even find a boat that you wanted, it's going to be, there's going to be a much wider choice. And people are going to be, they're going to be taking it in the shorts because they paid, more, way more. Like the boat I have now, I could sell it for more than I paid for it tomorrow.
Right. And you've only had it, 3 months, if that?
No, I've had it a year.
Oh, you have had it a year. Okay. Well.
Yeah, but I think in a year, the value of this boat will be back in line with what I paid for it.
All right. So if you want Mike the Mariner's boat, wait a year. Don't buy it right now. More coming up. Stay close.
Not for sale.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to worry. Just get on board. I'll take you there.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the Boater. Mike the Mariner. And Captain Rusty rounding out the crew. All right, so here's the deal. Rusty seems to think things are going to flip here in the next year or so. I think Mike is in agreement. We'll find out what Barry thinks in just a bit. I just kind of wonder out loud, is it just a real general economy situation? It's for all businesses right now. Obviously, when you watch the news, it's crazy. Every day, there's a war story, the gas prices are through the roof, whatever. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. People are having issues. It seems like it's one crisis after another. And I think in a broader, when you look at it from a broader standpoint, I think those kind of issues apply to anything, whether it's the housing market, boating, diving, whatever. And is that what you're kind of leaning into a little bit there, Rusty, from your thought process? It's just a matter of you see people are having issues with, cash flow because of the current state of affairs in that regard? Or do you think this is a more specific thing just maybe for the boating industry? What are your thoughts? What do you think, Rusty? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Now say something. I had you muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. So
there goes the COVID.
Yes.
I know, right?
10% alcohol in that
10%
NyQuil.
alcohol.
Just so you know. Proving it as we speak.
I think it's across the board, just the economy in general. It didn't really hit me till the other day on Wednesday when I was going out. My boat holds 160 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually keep it full all the time, so I thought I'd stop by and fill it up. And it was $700-something.
Yeah.
And you're going, okay, that got
hurts.
real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going. Now it's just not like let's go spend a day on the water. You're talking about dropping, $500-600.
It's an investment.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just it's ridiculous. And so you will see more people, I'm sure, sitting at the sandbars, but that seems to be a popular activity. But for a normal family that, lives paycheck to paycheck or, very modestly within their means, that becomes a really big deal. It becomes very hard for them to enjoy the lifestyle if you're talking about that much money just in gas. And then when you're adding all the other upkeep to it that has gone up, dock fees and everything else.
Right.
It becomes very difficult.
Sure. Mike the Mariner, what say you?
Yeah, so I just filled up this boat 3 weeks ago and paid $5.35 for diesel.
Ouch. Yeah.
3 months before that, I filled up and paid $2.86.
So it's hard, to look at that and think that it does not have a negative impact on boating. I mean, but it affects everybody in any industry. But that's why I kind of wonder, though, from that bigger picture viewpoint, those kind of factors are what going to kick us in the butt. It's not really anything that the boating industry or, how dealers change their approach or whatever.
Right.
I think we're at the mercy of the current economic climate. That's my guess. That's what I think. Yeah. What do you think, Barry?
The economy does go through cycles. This happened back in the 80s when we had high inflation. It's something that we're just going to have to live through. And as stocks of things start building up, like people start slowing down buying boats and they start to build up stock or cars or houses, then the prices are going to level off again. They're going to get normal. If people would calm down and not be so hot that, oh my God, I got to get a house now. I got to do it. If you just take some time.
Of the inflation, so much of the inflation now, though, is tied to energy.
Yeah.
And it changes. I mean, it's changing the way, like, we're planning on taking a trip on the boat, so before I really wasn't even thinking about a fuel budget. But
right.
I actually
a couple
broke out my
$100
spreadsheet the other day.
Set aside for the weekend. But now when it's like, $500-$700, you're like, crap.
So I wonder if now, because gas prices are high, are smaller boats becoming more the popular item? And I guess Rusty would know that.
What do you think, Rusty? Are you seeing any indication in that regard yet?
No.
Yeah.
And
too early,
I don't
think,
see
still, right?
Yeah, I don't see smaller boats because, and the reason I think the logic would fall, people with money are still going to buy larger boats and they're not worried about gas prices. People who buy smaller boats, the family size boats, are more worried about money. So they just can't even afford the boat. And, and even the price of the boats have gotten really expensive from that standpoint. But on a family, on a budget, it becomes much more difficult even for the smaller boat.
Yeah.
But we still sell big boats. I mean, all day long, 30, 31 foot, $500, $600, $700,000 boats. Nobody cares.
And that's not even including all the Russian oligarchs, right?
Right.
Okay. Because they're off the market now.
That's true. Right. So we're good there.
You could put a bid on them.
Yeah, you could. I mean, like I said, I've said this before. I think there's going to be a fire sale on super yachts in a few more months. I think they're up to collecting like 30 or 40 of them around the world. So it's going to be interesting to see if that affects super yacht sales. Keep an eye on that for me, Rusty. Okay.
I will. I'll let you know.
Pick us up a bargain. When they start that process. All right. So some other news. I mean, people are trying to figure out ways to navigate, whether it's fuel prices or just the economy in general, or getting by the way they can. There's an issue down by Barry's neck of the woods where somebody has a houseboat, and they were moving to their houseboat with the idea of they would save money because they wouldn't have property taxes, and oh no, that didn't hold. What happened?
Not so much. First of all, the boat is called Ark Up.
Is Ark Up? What do you mean?
Ark Up. Well, that's the name of the boat.
Oh, okay. Ark Up. Okay.
ARKUP. So if you do a search online, and I think Captain Patrick had mentioned something about this. This thing is gorgeous. It's a 2-story houseboat that, if you looked at it, it almost looks like it is if you had a big mansion, and you wanted something right on the water instead of just having a dock, you would have this where it would have it. It's more than just a house. It's gorgeous, but it is a boat. It's a registered boat.
Okay.
And the city of Miami wants to tax it as though it's part of the dry real estate. And that really creates a lot of problems. I think that houseboats are going to become popular again with the housing market so tight and people looking for places to live. houseboats made great communities. They had them back in the 70s and the 80s. They were popular down here, but Wilma destroyed the last houseboat community down at North Bay Village, where I used to live.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that community. You saw all these houseboats there. They were just metal barges with a house on them, but they were hooked up to water and sewer, or however they took care of their stuff, and they were popular because they were relatively inexpensive, and you were on the water. And I think that's going to come back because with rising tides and all that, people still want to live on or about the water, and I think houseboats will make a good value one day.
Well, they will come back if they don't screw it all up and decide they're going to tax them like a regular house or something, which is what you're alluding to.
Yeah, and that's kind of silly because every boat that is docked in back of someone's house, a lot of these bigger yachts, you can live on.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hooked up to water, they're hooked up to sewer, they're hooked up to electric. You're living on it. So, I mean, just because this thing doesn't look like a yacht, it looks like a big square barge, but it's gorgeous. It's all glass. It's gorgeous.
Right.
You have to check it out. Go look up Ark Boat or Ark Up and the problems that they're having down there.
Yeah. If your boat looks like a boat, you'll be fine. If it looks like a house, you're screwed. They're coming for you, buddy.
I mean, that's Pandora's box, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
agree.
if they succeed in this, then every boat on the water is a target, and I really hope that doesn't go through.
Yeah, let's hope that is not. It won't help things at all. I mean, but unfortunately, that's how city governments look at that kind of stuff. They're like, hey, there could be another revenue stream. We're gonna get some more money to spend on this crap or whatever other project that they want to fund. So. It looks like, it's an easy target, especially for the non-boater group of folks. So we got to be on the lookout for that.
I still like the idea of a houseboat community one day, a place where people can, you'll have rows of docks and it'll be the proper hookup for water and sewer. Yeah. And you'll be on these little houseboats again.
Well, Barry, you may have no choice because when the global warming thing kicks in, you're down in South Florida. They said the water's going to rise right up to the side.
Well, I'm 20 miles inland, so maybe I'll have waterfront property one day.
Well, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Start installing floats around the edge of your house or something. I don't know.
I could buy cans of expandable foam and just start spraying it around the edge of the house.
There's an idea that won't do anything, but at least it'll make you feel good about yourself that you're trying to accomplish something. So there's that. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out on it, but time will tell how that evolves. More coming up on the World of Boating. Stay close.
Listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating Radio Show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact ink K7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me, along with Captain, Rusty. There you go, Rusty. Patrick not with us today. He'll be back next week. He's out. I heard Patrick is dressed up as an Easter bunny, and he is distributing eggs throughout the world and the boating community in particular. So it's just a thing he does every year. We'll get the full update next week, I guess. Right, Barry?
Do you drink the NyQuil just straight up, or do you mix it with something?
Straight.
Oh, okay.
NyQuil neat.
We just thought of a new company for, Jerry the diver guy was looking for a place to live down here. He wants to live on the water.
Yeah, I actually found him a boat last week.
You did?
I met a guy at that aviation event, Sun and Fun we were at in Lakeland. I started talking to him. He was a Bahamian guy, and he said he had a boat he wanted to get rid of. And I texted Jerry the diver guy. I said, hey, dude, I found you a boat. Talk to this guy. Haven't heard squat. So, yeah. But
we were just thinking of a new business that he can get into that might help him.
Jerry.
Where you would take trailers and mount them to barges. And that becomes, the redneck houseboat.
Yeah. A mobile home on a barge in a marina.
Okay. All right. So taking a mobile home or a manufactured home and putting it on floats. Or on a barge.
Putting it on floats or on a barge and then just bring it to the marina.
Why not?
Yeah.
And that definitely sounds like something Jerry would be into.
You could buy a used mobile home for like $4,000 or $5,000 and then find an old barge,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a Larry the Cable Guy movie.
Well, very well.
Well, this is Jerry the Cable Guy. So.
Or he doesn't have cable. He doesn't bother with watching TV and stuff like that. He has too many other distractions like diving and there's this whole moonshine thing issue, but that's a whole different story. Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe that's something to consider for sure. All right. So what are you doing for the Easter weekend, Barry? You going to take your boat out this weekend? It's going to be a busy weekend.
No.
Well. Would you take it out on that weekend for you?
I wouldn't take it out on the weekend. I want to take it out on the week, and I plan on doing that in May for sure.
So tomorrow and the rest of the day today, Mike the Mariner's out on the water as we speak. So is it extra busy today, being a holiday weekend, or what do you think, Mike?
There are a lot of boats on the water. I'm not actually running the boat today. Today's a maintenance day for me.
Yeah.
But there's probably been 10 or 15 boats since we started the show moving in and out of the marina.
Okay,
so,
all right, and
the weather's fantastic.
The weather's great. That's why. But I wonder, is this one of the busier weekends that you can get out on the water, almost like a Memorial Day type of thing? A Memorial Day is the official opening of the season, so to speak. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. Easter weekend pretty busy too, isn't it, Rusty? What do you think?
It is busy, and I think tomorrow. Here's going to be kind of rainy tomorrow, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
Okay,
but I do my walks in the morning. I do my little morning walks, and even this morning the boat ramp was packed. It's like sunrise, people going fishing, getting out on the water. So I think it's going to be a nice day today. I don't know how tomorrow will look.
Yeah, Barry, what do you think?
That's why I'm looking more towards the weekdays going out.
Well, of course, if you have that flexibility, but all the people that don't, I do wonder. It's going to be pretty busy. So have your guard up, your situational awareness, just have your radar going big time. because there are going to be a lot of extra people out on the water
Mm-hmm.
this weekend, I think.
Down here, the seas are a little iffy. There are little whitecaps out there, but if they stay inside in the bay, I'm sure it's going to be packed today and tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, Marine Patrol, I don't know if they treat this weekend a little special. I would imagine they do, but I don't know. It's hard to say, I
Well,
guess.
A lot of people are going to be going to church tomorrow and doing their Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. Do they do any Easter egg things on boats? That would be a thing. I mean, they we have a friend who does a dive thing where he puts he dresses up in a scuba suit and then puts a Easter bunny outfit on top of it.
Yep.
Captain Slate down in the Keys does this every year, and then he plants. I don't know what drops. What do you do with Easter eggs?
I think he puts some kind of little bit of weight or something in them, and then he puts them around the reef. And
And the divers go find them. But what about boaters? I get you can do an Easter egg hunt on a boat, couldn't you? And then just like maybe if you did it with your fellow boaters, and like have one family come over to the other family's boats and like rate them for Easter eggs or something,
and just tear up the whole boat.
Yeah,
throwing things overboard looking for eggs. Right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Sounds like
you
fun.
won't be invited back.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it sounds like a viral YouTube video. So there's your idea.
I'm still trying to figure out the whole rabbit and egg thing associated with Easter, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
How did the bunny come up with the chicken egg deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea. It's just one of those things. And, it's something to kind of celebrate every year. I mean, it's not really the purpose of Easter, but,
no,
they came up with this whole crazy idea. And actually, we've taken another angle with it. I've kind of tried to, kidnap Easter in that regard. For our scuba show, we started a couple years ago developing a thing called the Easter eel that visits good divers every year, and it's kind of a thing because scuba divers don't have a holiday that they can celebrate per se. And I figured, why not kind of overtake that one? So we got a whole
time
thing.
for his next dose.
Yeah, there was a little inspiration of Mr. Hankey from South Park in there. You'll have to tune into the Scuba Radio Show for all that. And all I will say is I apologize in advance. It was highly influenced on similar stuff to NyQuil.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it at that for this week. Till next time, remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.